Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. Welcome to Argentina against Switzerland in the quarterfinal of the World Cup, the last quarterfinal of the World Cup. And I tell you what as well, the last early morning game of the World Cup. Boo-hoo, it's our last one. It's not the last watch-along of the World Cup, but it's the last early hours. All the early hours games we've done. All the early hours games that we've done. And this will be the last one. But it's Argentina against Switzerland. Lots to discuss, of course, about the England game, and that they will play the finalist. They'll play the semi-finalist winner of this. But who will face England? That is the question. Norway out. Get involved. How are you all feeling? Hopefully, some of you are staying up. I mean, honestly, I was sort of thinking about it today. Do I want to stay up till 2 a.m? I've not really done it for a few days. And then I thought, you can't get up at 2 a.m. to watch a group game between Mexico and whoever, and then not stay up till 2 a.m. to watch a quarterfinal between Argentina and Switzerland. It's sort of counter-hypocritical, really. So we are live. Alfie Inga Haaland has said, well done to the referee and Bellingham. Burn, baby, burn. I don't need to hide. Arsenal playing with a country known for cheese, says Parker. Well, look, we'll go through some of the team news in a minute. We are actually sponsored by Boyle Sports on this, which means we have got a bet builder. So I will be telling you about that one very, very shortly. And you might be surprised by what I've gone for, but we are only a couple of minutes away from the start of the game. Actually, I'll go through it now. A Boyle Sports. A bet builder is where you have a load of different things in one bet, and they all have to come off. Obviously, in the England game, it didn't quite happen because went to extra time and Haaland didn't score anyway. But what I've got here is I've got Argentina to win. I've got Messi to score at any time. I've got over 2.5 goals. I've got Martinez over 1.5 shots. And I've got over 8.5 corners. Now, I'm just checking on the team news because I'm not sure Martinez is even starting. No, he's not. So I'm not too sure how that's going to work. Might have to check, because he didn't get picked. So I don't know whether that just reduces my odds down, or do I have to wait for him to come on. I will get some clarity on that, and then I can let you know how it works, because we don't always get it right in relation to who's starting when we do our bet builder. So I need to know about that. Anyway, Bull Sports are also giving me on this bet 10-1, but with the 50% bet boost they're offering on this match, that's boosted to 51. So if I put £5 on, instead of getting £55 return, I get an £80 return. So I've got a bet boost on this. Give it a go yourself. What do you think of mine? Let me know in the comments. We'll also be doing quizzes for you throughout the tournament. I'll tell you what we've got there as well. But as always, it's 18 plus, UK and Ireland only. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are in the description and via the QR code. I want to find out how does it work when Martinez hasn't started. Okay, I'm actually going to change it to Alvarez. I can do that before the game. So that's been done. We're about ready to start here. I will talk about the England game in a minute. What a stadium this is, Kansas. Why do I feel like we've done this stadium before, but I don't remember it? I know it from an NFL point of view. It's the Kansas Chiefs, but it's like a dome. In fact, it's not like a dome. I'm like a donut saying it's like a dome. It's like a bowl. That's what it's like. It's like a bowl. So I've changed my bet builder. I've got Alvarez to have over 1.5 shots. I've got over 8.5 corners. I've got 2.5 goals over. Messi to score at any time and Argentina to win. Switzerland's best player isn't playing. Manzambi not playing. So let's have a look at the team news. I was sort of thanks to Ball Sports. We've got Emi Martinez, Melina Romero, Lissandra Martinez, Tagliafico, Paredes, De Paul, Fernandez, McAllister, Messi, Alvarez. I still don't think this Argentina team's that good. I know they're the champions of the world, but I still look at it and go, I don't think it's that good. But look, you've got to give them credit. I don't think it's that good, but they're probably about to get into a World Cup semi-final again. They're a tremendous team. That's what they are. They work together so well. Switzerland, Kobel, Zakaria, Alfadi, Akanji, Rodriguez, Freuler, Xhaka, Sau, Ryder, Endoy, Mbolo. Very difficult game for them. But look, they knocked Colombia out. I think that was a big, big surprise. And they could do something here. It'd be a massive shock. I want Argentina to win. I want England to play Argentina. I thought England were lucky today. I thought we played badly today. And I just can't be doing with us being the favourites in the semi-final. I'd actually rather we play Argentina. Because I'd rather get knocked out by Argentina in the semi-final because we're shit than go and play France and get absolutely embarrassed, or Spain. And I think England work better when they are the slight underdog. So I think I mean, obviously, it'd be hilarious if Switzerland won, but I think I'd rather we played Argentina. It'd be a massive game as well. It would be a massive game. So that's I think Argentina will win, and I think that would suit better as well. Who is Sau? He's a 29-year-old who plays for Sevilla. He's in the midfield for them. Freuler is 34. He plays for Bologna. So just looking at this Switzerland side, quite experienced. Freuler, as I said, is 34. Xhaka is 33. Sau is 29. Rieder is 24. He plays for Augsburg. And then also in their midfield, they've got Endoy, who's a little bit younger. He's obviously at Forest at the moment. He's 25. And then their forward is Mbolo, who is 29 now. Okafor's on their bench. We haven't seen him used. He's 26. Manzambi, unfortunately, not fit, which is a shame because he's missed the last 2 games for them. Could be heading to the Premier League. Could be heading to Newcastle, actually. Centre backs for them. Alfidi is obviously we know who and Akanji is. Alfidi is Mönchengladbach centre back. Fullbacks, Zakaria, you should know. Well, you might not know Zakaria, but he is a player that's been linked to the Premier League before. He's at Monaco now. And then the left back is Rodriguez, who is 33. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say Switzerland the most exciting side, but it's probably extra time if Switzerland are going to go through. But a lot of it depends how good they approach the game. A lot of it depends if they sit back or they attack Argentina. I mean, I think that there's no point sitting back against Argentina, but it'll be interesting to see what Switzerland do in the first few minutes. Corruption versus corruption in the semis, says Stig. Where's the corruption? I'm interested to talk about this. I mean, I thought Norway were a credit to the tournament and basically went out because they didn't have a bench in the midfield. They couldn't change their midfield. And I think it's the big thing I've always spoken about when it comes to the Ivory Coasts and the Norways and the Japans. I think where they come unstuck in the latter rounds is they don't have squads. England's squad's very, very good. And Norway, Ivory Coast, etc., their next step is they've got competitive starting teams. They need to build squads because you can't be in a quarter-final of a World Cup going into extra time and using your same midfield 3. But they didn't have anyone that was good enough to come on. So I felt that Norway suffered because of that in extra time, and that you could see that they visibly got tired. And they also suffered because Sorloth didn't pass to Haaland when it could have been 2-0. As for the cable, it didn't touch the cable. Didn't touch the cable. That's why it didn't get given. The evidence is out there. The technology says it didn't touch the cable, and that technology can apparently pick up a hair touching the ball like it did for Croatia, but it didn't pick up a cable, so didn't touch the cable. You can say it did touch the cable, but it didn't. Who's the conspiracist? The people who say it did touch the cable when it didn't, or the people who say it didn't touch the cable? I mean, I'm sorry. I can't have a debate when the technology says it didn't touch the cable. So how can it be rigged? Didn't touch the cable. What's the referee supposed to do? What's VAR supposed to do? They can't change the rules. It didn't touch the cable. Well, it did, but it didn't. The technology said it didn't. What do you want to do? We could spend all night talking about it, but I sort of looked at it before we went live. FIFA have released a statement. It didn't touch the cable. The camera didn't register it. So what do you want the referee and VAR to do? Onesie says it did touch it. You can clearly see it did, and the technology lied. Well, ask the question again, mate. What do you want the VAR and the ref to do if the technology didn't pick it up? You know, we're arguing about something that's so ridiculous, it's incredible. Well, if you think your eyes saw it move, fine. The technology said it didn't. What do you want the referee and VAR to do? Well, we think the technology's lying. They have to follow the tech. They have to follow the technology. I'm not saying it doesn't touch it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the technology said it didn't touch it. You can't blame the VAR and you can't blame the referee when they're being told it didn't touch it, and in the Croatia game they know it bloody gets a hair. You can't do anything about it. I understand the frustration, but you can't do any. You can't blame the referee and VAR. They haven't gone, oh, let's just play on. They've gone, did it touch it? No. Okay, move, play on. Simple as that. I'm not doing a poll on if it touched the cable, and we're not doing let the people decide, Robbo, because at the end of the day, technology says it didn't. So it doesn't really matter whether the people think it does or it didn't. It's a waste of time. As for the push, I mean, I've got to say, when people don't like a particular team, their eyes will play tricks on them, won't it? I mean, anywhere on the pitch, if you go up to somebody and shove them on the floor, you probably get a yellow card. And people are saying it should have been a goal. I mean, it's laughable the more you see of it. Corner to Argentina, McAllister with a shot. Should Sorloth have played it to Haaland and they would have probably won the game? Yes. Did Norway play better football in the second half and should have won the game? Yes. But did it touch a cable? Technology said no. Did Haaland shove a player on the floor with two hands? Yes. I mean, you can't argue with those two things. Yes, you might have wanted Norway to win. And I actually think Norway did deserve to win. And I thought Tuchel's Tuchel's interview afterwards was spot on. He said England were disappointing. They were lucky. They showed strong mentality to stay in the game. But he was absolutely spot on. We were lucky and we were disappointing. Oscar says, I'm Welsh neutral. If it did touch, it doesn't matter. I mean, look, honestly, if it had registered, they'd have had to do a drop ball and the goal wouldn't have counted. But realistically, what's the advantage? I think people are acting like England got an advantage. It's a ball coming down, whether it touches it or not, that both... Goal! Argentina! There we go. They've scored from a corner in the first 10 minutes. Alexi McAllister. That could be game over. That could be game over already. I know, that's unfair on Switzerland to say it's game over because they're in the quarterfinal, but it's a goal for Alexi McAllister. They're very good from corners, aren't they, Argentina? They're just a very good team. They work. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. They're almost, you know what? You know who Argentina remind me of a little bit? Arsenal. It's a very good header by Alexi McAllister. I mean, Liverpool fans won't have seen him doing that very often. I mean, I don't know why Switzerland don't have a man on the post. It's a brilliant header, though. But it's a bit strange why they don't have a man on the post. But it's a very, very, very good header by Alexi McAllister. The way he flicks it off to the back post. It's only going to be stopped if you've got a man on the back post. They had a man on the front post, but they didn't have a man on the back post. Yeah, I think Argentina remind me a little bit of Arsenal because they're ridiculously well organised. They're very good at set pieces, and they don't tend to smash teams, but they win a lot of games. Norwegian here, gutted about the loss, but fair play England, rooting for you to go and win it now, says Andres. Well, thank you very much, sir, and I must admit, I thought you were going to knock us out in the second half, and I had exactly the same stance. If you'd beaten us, I would have wanted you to win it. And to be fair, how England played in that quarter-final, I think we're big underdogs if we play Argentina, whereas if you'd beaten us, I'd have given you a chance against Argentina. Argentina playing with a country known for cheese. Thank you very much. Irish Ryan says, is Jude Bellingham the best English midfielder since Bobby Charlton? If not, who is? Gaza. Gaza was better than Bellingham as a talent, but Bellingham does deliver. We are all Switzerland fans for the next 2 hours or so, says CMT. Swiss knife, Swiss neutrality, or Swiss chocolate, says Mish. I do like Toblerone, and I think that is Swiss. Shinobi Ben says, let's have it. 3 Lions, just got home from the pub. Don't recognise any of them. Big up, Mark. Love the channel and your reaction, says Benedict. I mean, I saw my reaction to the goal, the winning goal for England, and I don't know what I was doing after I said Morgan Rogers don't shoot. It was all like this. But, yeah, very, very happy to be in the semi-final. A bit of a strange one because I don't think we played that well, but most important thing is to be in it, isn't it? How much did England pay the ref? That was corruption. That was never a foul on Anderson, and the ball hit the wire at the first one. Okay, Stig. Enjoy yourself. I just learned about Jaden Adams and just wanted to say, if anyone here feels that way, please don't hesitate to reach out instead of closing in. You're not alone. I hope everyone here is okay. This is only one Norfolkian. Brilliant super chat. Lovely super chat. I don't know the circumstances of what happened with Jaden Adams. I just saw that he passed away at 25. I genuinely don't know what it's all about. That sort of alludes that it might be suicide and therefore depression or whatever. I don't know, I'm speculating, but absolutely spot on. You know, I think one of the great things about this community is that people feel part of it, and I've said it over the years. I think it's really, really important that if you are feeling like that you do reach out and speak to people, because there's always help, definitely. Damien says, England, everyone in Ireland, Jesus Christ, they're getting closer. A win's a win. Well done, says Damien. Do England beat Argentina in the semis, says 2FT. I want Argentina in the semis. I mean, I don't know. I think sometimes you can have a shit game and everyone will go, Argentina are going to batter England, but every 90-minute game's different, isn't it? You know, the way Argentina play against England will be different to Norway. The way England feel about Argentina will be different to Norway. You might be more motivated. You might be a deer in the headlights. So that's why I think sometimes it's just important to win, isn't it? Because you never know what you're going to do in the next challenge. Straight away, I'm glad to see Switzerland not parking the bus, says Dan. Well, they won't be parking the bus now. They've got to play more forward, haven't they? Snoopy says, congratulations on 1.5 million. Well deserved. Thank you, Snoopy. This already looks like a farce waiting to happen, says Eru. I think England has serial heart and soul, says Mr. Porn Pusher, whatever that means. Overturning our pen was corrupt, says Robert McCormack. England's penalty. I didn't think it was a penalty, Robert. I've seen them given, but I don't think it was a penalty. Here's Messi. And it's a good tackle. Switzerland, the game's quite open though. I mean, England might learn a lot from this. I'm sort of watching this game, obviously looking at both teams, but probably more at Argentina. And I'm looking at their ridiculous energy that they have. I mean, they've not really... I've heard people saying about Argentina rig in relation to every game they've played has been at night, so they've not had to play in any intense heat or anything like that. There's something else as well. That every game they've played has been at night, and there's something else they've had as well. Start, bench, sell, Argentina, Tina Turner, or Tina Beans. Says Luke. You didn't think that one through, did you? But I would sell Argentina. I'd bench Tina Turner, and I love beans on toast, so I'll start it, Luke. Stig says FIFA made a statement. Do you trust FIFA now? After you saw that Argentina match, this was the same. 2 horrible mistakes that cost Norway. Tell me the mistakes, Stig. I'm sorry, you played well, and you could have won the game. And I will always say that. And you've been a credit to the tournament, but I don't agree with any rigged or conspiracy. I don't. I genuinely don't. You know, if you've got a problem with Erling Haaland literally pushing someone to the ground with both hands, and you're saying that's not a foul, I know for a fact if it happens at the other end, you're saying it's a foul if Harry Kane does it. So I can't argue with that one. I'm sorry. I'm Welsh neutral. If it did touch the cable, it doesn't matter, says Oscar. Adam Rourke, thanks very much for your super chat, sir. If this is an England game review or a watch along, says Dan. Yeah, well, we are watching along, yeah. I mean, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, Dan. I mean, I'm not going to sit here commentating, telling you, you know, the shoe size of Romero and everything like that. Mango says the rigged conversation is exhausting. It is shaping up to be the best semi-final possible with the 4 best teams in the world. Let's just enjoy it. I read something about that, actually, Mango. So apparently, the 4 seeded teams, which were all going to be kept apart anyway, are all going to play each other in the semi-final, which I'm a bit disappointed about, actually, because I'm very much one for the underdog. And for a 48-team World Cup, to end up with the top 4 teams in the final 4, it sort of does defeat the purpose of a World Cup to me. It means there's not been any shocks. I mean, there has been some shocks, but we've still ended up with the top 4 countries in the world. If Argentina win. Arsenal goated, thanks for your super chat. Argentina will cruise by England because Tuchel is stubborn in his ways, and the 2-man show of Jude and Kane won't be able to save England, says Stuart Walker. He's still at it. He basically wanted Mainu to come on. Did you see what Jude said about Tuchel in his interview, says Slipsy? Look, Jude Bellingham's been very important for England, but he was told that Tuchel wasn't very happy with the performance, and he sort of went, well, whatever. But I understand that as a player. You know, you've just put your heart and soul into a game and you've won it, and you don't want to be hearing that your manager wasn't very happy with you. But I think when he watches what Tuchel says, he knows there won't be a problem there. What do you think about Klopp as German coach? Has he taken it, Ramon? I didn't know he'd actually taken it. Arsenal Goated says, I don't know how people are saying it's England's fault. No sense. Get your testosterone checked. Hair at your age equals low test, says Hamza. What? So having hair means you've got low testosterone at my age. Well, that's most of the UK then. Do you think Bellingham will ever play in the Prem, and who would he would? You get some funny chats at 2 a.m. in the morning. Do you think Bellingham will ever play in the Premier League? Yes, I do, Tyler. And who would he come back to? I would hope United. Fucking no chance. Switzerland just had a shot, but it's straight at Martinez, who doesn't spill it. It's a lovely kick by Martinez, and it stays in for Alvarez as well. Oh, he's offside. I'd say if Bellingham comes back to the Premier League, or comes to the Premier League, it'll be City or Arsenal. It will not be Man United. We couldn't even buy Jobe Bellingham, let alone Jude. We wouldn't even be able to get the cheap version. Liam, what do you think of Fred West? Well, he was an absolute shithouse, wasn't he? Let's be honest. I'm guessing you're not doing the McGregor fight, says Alex. No. Lars says, Norwegian here. I think your boys deserve credit for the effort they put in, even though they might have had better days on the pitch. Yeah, I'd give England credit for, you know, the mentality to stay in the game and work hard. I think sometimes when you're tired, it's easy to down tools. I've certainly seen United do that enough. But I think if you're Norwegian, as I said, you've got to be very proud of what you've done. First ever World Cup semi-final, and you had a chance in the second half to finish us off. It's one of those. Start, bench, sell. Falklands, Swiss chocolate. Dan Byrne. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I recognise these. That a lot of them are Argentinians. Maxi Gomez, I feel, is one of them. Got a feeling this game goes to penalties, says Hamoud. Well, Switzerland will need to equalise, but they are doing quite well. Robert McCormack says, no, it wasn't a penalty, just the corrupt stuff is nonsense. I don't see anyone keeping France from the cup, says Carlo. I think it'll be a very interesting game between France and Spain on Tuesday. Because I think if Spain played England or Argentina, I think I'd fancy Spain to win. So if France deal with Spain quite easily, I think that's quite a problem. Adam says Kane can have a bad game, but he can't play that on like that on Wednesday. Start, bench, sell, start, bench, sell. I've heard that so many times, FJW. France and Argentina has not played good nations, says Eru. That's why I think Spain-France will be a very interesting game on Tuesday. I mean, they're going to be both brilliant semi-finals, let's get real. There are many small margins at the top games. No games are perfect, and there's always reasons to complain. But at the end of the day, it was a close game, and England came out on top this day, says Adast. Right, hydration break there. Look, I can explain it really well. I mean, I am a veteran of football. Lovely stadium again. Look at that. It is. Some of these stadiums have been an absolute pleasure to watch football in. I feel like the tables turned a little bit today, and I think it was Nick P in the live chat on the Watchalong who said it. Norway have basically done an England, and England did what everyone else has been doing to us for years. Norway were the gallant losers, and England were the lucky winners. And this is something we've done for years. I look at Italia 90 in the semi-final when we lost to Germany, and they went on and won it. We were the gallant losers that day, and they were the lucky winners. Same in Euro 96 when they beat us in the semi-final. Same against Argentina in 98. We deserved to win that. We didn't. It's happened to us so many times. And tonight, it happened the other way. We were lucky to win, and Norway were the gallant losers. That's simply what happened. And it's horrible when you're in that situation. But that's how I sort of sum it up. I think, Norway probably should have won it, but didn't get the job done. I think it's a very true comment I'd asked. But the future's bright for Norway if you've got other younger players coming through. Erling Haaland's still, going to be around for a while, isn't he? And same with, Shaderup looked very good. He's still young. I mean, Erling Haaland's only 25, and he's only just turned 25. So at the next World Cup, he'll only just be turning 29. You might get 2 more World Cups out of him. You're certainly going to get about another 3 Euros out of him. So the future's good for Norway. I think the future's good for a lot of countries. It's got to you've got to build on it. Mark, were you around when Oldham was in the Premier League? Says Wakas. Yes, because they were in the Premier League the first year, 1992. Alive and kicking. I remember the advert. What a stadium. What a stadium. Absolutely incredible. What's that other stadium behind it? There's a stadium right next to it. What's that all about? Yeah, I was around when Oldham were in the Prem. I think they got relegated the first year of the Premier League, actually. Because Forest went down because United bought Keane in the first year of the Prem. And I think Oldham and Sheffield United went down that year as well. If anyone knows the answer to that, please let me know. It's a baseball stadium, Mark. Love it. Oh, oh, oh. Style of play doesn't matter in cup competitions. Results do, especially for underdogs, says Dan. Yeah, well, I think at the end of the day, a World Cup is a long tournament, and it is about staying in the tournament, isn't it? I mean, look at Argentina against Egypt. Very lucky to still be in it, but they found a way. Yeah. Not just about Mainu, mate, about the whole team selection. I don't think he got it right, and he's stuck with his favourites. I'm pulling for England. Save football, please. That's the MLB stadium. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you very much, sir. I mean, look, I will say, Stuart, I am a little bit perplexed by his not using Mainu. But it's the same with Watkins and Tony. He's got two strikers, and he just, he's not going to use them, is he? And for whatever reason, he doesn't want to use Mainu. I mean, but it is his choice. It is his prerogative, and he's certainly a better coach than Southgate. And we've certainly had two games in this tournament, Croatia and Mexico, that are better than anything I ever saw under Carrick. Southgate. Lovely play here by Endoy, but the final pass wasn't there. And also, he has hit the semi-final. Xhaka goes in on De Paul, a little bit late. Matt Clark says, isn't there a chip in the ball? Be transparent, FIFA. They were transparent. They've done a statement to say that it didn't hit the cable. There was no register on the technology of it hitting the cable. And yet, against Croatia, it registered a glance off his hair. So, why do you think he doesn't use Mainu? Because I think Mainu is the Chalobah of the midfield and the Ivan Toney of the attack. I think he's only there in case there's like loads of injuries. I don't think he's part of the I don't think he's part of the story, because he could have used him. I mean, look, I've seen a few people saying, is it not worrying that Amrim just didn't fancy Tuchel at all? Fancy Mainu at all, and Tuchel doesn't fancy Mainu at all, and yet we're trying to build our midfield around him? No, because like different managers have different ideas, don't they? Personally, I think that Tuchel, whatever happens now, has done a good job. There's been disappointing performances. There's been good performances. I think the Azteca will live on for years to come. I think it was an incredible night, an incredible result. And taking England to a World Cup semi-final, you can't say sack him if he doesn't win that, because a World Cup semi-final is a good achievement. What do you think of Rose West, says Liam? You're obsessed with the Wests, you are. What's next? John West, Tuna. As a United fan, who would you least like Liverpool to replace Salah with? Asking for Richard Hughes, says Hiroshi. Well, I didn't want you to get Diamonde. Definitely didn't want you to get Diamonde. And I don't know. I don't think there's anyone else out there that I'm particularly scared of you getting at the moment. I don't get the questioning about Mainu. Every game there is at least 10 players that don't get used. It's called a squad, says Dan. Thank you, Dan. Oh, I tell you what, Switzerland have played quite well. They're certainly not parking the bus even before the goal. It was a brilliant header by Alexis McAllister as well. I mean, I'm not having anything taken away from that. How's your Audi going, says Alex Roach, and is Cooking with Goldbridge coming back soon in the new kitchen? I will be doing some cooking with Goldbridges because, and Gary knows that, so no concerns there. But ultimately, the Audi is fantastic. I love it, and took a bit of getting used to because it's big. It's big to park, and unfortunately, there are car parks in the UK that you just can't bloody take it to. But lovely play by Endoy down the wing. And he's in! He's in! Oh, I tell you what, it was good defending by Martinez because Embolo was away there. And Martinez in again. He's having a good game. People want a penalty. Doesn't look like a penalty to me. No, he just shoulder barges him. It's intelligent. It's good defending that. Yeah. You can't give a penalty for that. Yeah, the reason Cooking with Goldbridge hasn't come back, Alex, and I quite like the idea of doing it in the autumn anyway, is not because of the kitchen. The kitchen is ready. It's just because the summer's been so busy. You know, United Stand, World Cup watch-alongs, silly hours, and on top of that, United might not be doing great work in the transfer window, but we're doing great work in the transfer window on this channel and on the United Stand. We're very active, so that takes a lot of work behind the scenes that you lot don't see. So when Cooking with Goldbridge comes back, you'll go, how are you doing Cooking with Goldbridge when all this stuff's going on? But we're doing the groundwork now. So contracts, pens on paper, etc. Some of the stuff is just mind-blowing, but we'll have to wait and see. Looking forward to it, though. But yeah, Cooking with Goldbridge will be back. A game for the Falkland Islands, says Albert. Well, the Argentinians hate the English. I mean, let's not fuck about. Whether they are very patriotic and they hate the English because of the Falklands as well. And in England, you maybe not, you know, it's almost outlawed that you're patriotic, but yeah, they don't like us. There's definitely a football rivalry. But I look forward to it. I look forward to it. Jelt Brobby says, if he pushed Haaland that way, would it be a penalty? Yeah. I think it's a foul no matter what. I think if you're in the box and you give someone a push like that, probably not, it's fine. But if you, before the ball comes in, if you go like that, I think it's a penalty or it's a foul. Mark, but wouldn't you want to make a UFC watch-along channel? I think it would pop off, says Edmund. I could make a lot of channels, mate, but there's only so many hours in the day. Francois says, good weekend for England. Cricket, rugby, football won. Cricket? I didn't know we played cricket. Corner to Switzerland, headed away. Apparently the World Cup semi-final is going to be on the BBC. Oh, I mean, in the rugby, I would have expected England to beat Fiji, to be fair. It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home. Cross by Switzerland, good cross, Emi Martinez. The thing I like about Argentina is they're just such a... Some of their parts, you know, the goalkeeper, the defence, the midfield, the attack, it's just synergy, chemistry. You know, like an ultimate team when you build a team on chemistry. I think Argentina are the best country in the tournament in relation to synergy as a collective. I don't think they've got the best players. In fact, when you compare Brazil's squad to Argentina's squad, I don't think there's a massive difference. But they are a better team. Mark, if you could add any one player in world football to Man United, who would it be? It's a sceptical hippo. Well, one player wouldn't be enough, but I would definitely take a player, of course. So I can take anyone in world football to Manchester United. Sweaty armpits. Tramp. Should be using Lynx Africa. One player. I am thinking about it, because do I want a centre-back? Do I want a centre midfielder? Do I want a winger? Do I want a striker? Oh, God. First yawn, 36 minutes in. Look, the best players in the world for me are Mbappe, Haaland, Kane. They're all attackers. So do I take a striker? You know what? I can see the benefit. Even though Man United need a midfield, I can see the benefit of just saying, give me Erling Haaland or give me Harry Kane, because they'll get you loads of goals. A lot of people saying Bellingham. Best position's Bruno's, though, isn't it? So he's sort of wasting it. And you know what? It might be a little bit niche, but I genuinely think a Caicedo would be good for Man United. And he's not the best player in the world, but I think for what Man United need, I do think a Caicedo would be good for United. Mark, love the watch along, says Mr. Porn Pusher. Thank you very much, sir. The thing I like about them is that everyone wants them to lose, says Dan. Alm says, I think you and Rory Jennings would be a funny duo. We've done stuff together before, Rory, me and Rory. I'm sure we'll do it again. Albert says, would you like to become an AI so you could be doing watch-alongs of every sport event? I don't know how that would work, because AI can't do live, can it? Can't think for itself. It's always pulling stuff that's already done. If you could add... I've done that one, thank you. Skeptical. Please don't even retire, says Taj. Why no yellow cards for Ezzy Dive in the box, says Oil Cruiser. Cammy says, start, bench, sell, emote, RAL mote, or remote. Thank you, sir. I don't know why I keep saying thank you, sir, as well. It's annoying me. I don't know why we never bought Paredes, says War Machine. And if you could relive one game in football history, what game would you relive, says Jonathan? Nou Camp 99. It's very boring as a United fan, because most people will say that. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way. Got nearly 10,000 people watching. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Let me just remind you, we are sponsored by Boyle Sports on this, and I've got a couple of quiz questions for you, which are interesting. So a bet builder is when you put a load of things together in one bet. I've got odds of 15 to 1 here because I've had a bet booster. But Boyle Sports are adding 50% bet boost on top. You can do yours through the link in the description or by scanning the QR code. So I've got Argentina to win, Messi to score at any time, over 2.5 goals, Martinez to have over 1.5 shots, but I changed it to Alvarez, over 8.5 corners. So Argentina to win at the moment is obviously on the cards, but still a little bit of work to do in relation to all of it. Don't forget, we're also testing your World Cup knowledge. I've got a couple of questions for you. What was significant about Switzerland's win over Colombia on penalties? If you know that, I'll tell you at half time. And another question, in the 2026 FIFA World Cup has seen the oldest average starting 11s on record since 1966. What is the average age of those starting lineups? So across the whole tournament, this is the oldest average starting 11 since 1966. There are a lot of teams with a lot of experience. Make sure you put your loyalty and patriotism aside and pick with clarity of thought this World Cup with Boyle Sports. Don't let your emotions muddy the waters. Bet with your head, not with your heart. 18 plus, UK and Ireland only. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are in the description and via the QR code. Ruben says start. I'm not doing these start bench sales, by the way. I'll read your super chat, but I'm not actually going to do them. Apple and Apple, Adam's apple. Tom Harrestead says, I'm from Norway. We're very proud and gave England a go. I love that. You were very good. And you were a bit unlucky as well. Top 3 concerts you've been to, says Tom. Definitely one of the Take That concerts. They were very good. They were very good. They put on a great show. That's, what's his name? Patrick Mahomes. Quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. I went to Slane Castle, U2. That was very good. And I've been to Oasis a couple of times. Lansdowne Road, they were shit. I mean, God, they were terrible. But I've been to a couple of Oasis concerts. Not recently, but back in the 90s. Swiss manager looks like a video game mob boss, says Marco. Artad says, more a United stand question and a topic for tomorrow's show, but would you take Camavinga? Madrid are open to selling him? No. I'm not open to signing a player that nobody else wants and Madrid want to sell. You go and get what you want, not what Real Madrid want. I don't know what Messi's having a moan about here. Guitar bridge tonight, says some stranger. I'll get it out. I don't mind doing a bit of guitar. If you could change one rule, what would it be and for what? For me, throw in to kick in like Baller League. Least stops, long throw-ins. Another bit of something going on here. Paradis goes down. Yellow card. Sorry, I've just got to send this message. So, my daughter is in uni. Not now. She's gone out into town to watch the England game, and she just messaged me because she's out with some friends and they're on their way back. And she said, "I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get an Uber, and they're really expensive for some reason. Can the chat figure out why Ubers might be expensive tonight?" I mean, this is the youth of today. She's literally just messaged me saying, "I'm on my way home, but all the Ubers are really expensive and I can't figure out why." I've told her why. Well, I haven't told her why. I've said, what were you out for? And then why do you think the Ubers are expensive? Well, actually, just for everybody who doesn't live in England, you might not know. So, yeah, basically, every town in the UK is rammed at the moment with people watching the England game. So, Ubers will be very expensive because they know they've got a massive amount of customers. Jesus, Mark, you had kids 20 years apart. Not quite. For your attention, Camavinga is better than Tchouaméni, but he is an injury prone. No, he's not, Juan. Go and take your face for a shit, because that's an absolute verbal diarrhea. That's terrible. Romero makes my blood boil, and Martinez for Argentina as well, says Rafa. Have you ever been around in Leeds? Says Kyle. I went to a wedding in Leeds a few years ago. It was a good night. God, this game is so fucking stop-start. What? Why is that a foul to Argentina? And now... I tell you what, he'd not had a bad first 40 minutes, but the last 5 minutes, he's given about 3 fouls to Argentina. That latest one is laughable. I mean, the Swiss player just wins a header and he goes foul. That's never a yellow card. Crazy FIFA again. It's a shame. I tell you what, I'm not looking forward to this on Wednesday night. The diving. I think that's not a foul either. He actually fouls the Swiss player. He actually kicks the Swiss player and he gives a foul to Argentina. Fucking hell, mate. The last 2 fouls that Argentina have had, one of them they committed it and the other one, it was just he won a header. If England have to play them on Wednesday night, you've got to be very careful. They are the masters of the dark arts, Argentina. They know what they're doing. I'm a huge fan of yours from Malaysia, says Tamila. I can't read that name. Bloody hell. Have you seen that last super chat? How do I read that? At 3 a.m. Mate, I don't even know where to start. I'm just going to call you 6808. All your comments are spot on. Help me to come through depression too. Thank you, Mark. Lovely message, mate. 608-808. If I could say your name, I would. I haven't got a bloody clue. But thank you very much. And thanks for being part of this wonderful community. Kyle says, will there be a GTA 6 gameplay stream? Yeah, I will. I mean, it might be quite niche, but I will do it. Edmund says, do you think... I'm starting to lose my throat, lose my voice a bit here. Do you think United will sign Kone? Ole! He's just given a free kick to Switzerland. He's just given a free... Has he given a free kick to what? Switzerland? No, he hasn't given a free kick to Switzerland. He's given a drop ball to Argentina. Fucking hell. This guy is fucking useless. And it's half time. Where's this referee from? Because I tell you what, I don't think it really matters. Doesn't matter where you're from, does it? You get told what to do. The referee is called João Pedro Pinheiro. Oh, good. So... sounds like he's probably South American. Let's have a look. He's he's Portuguese. Oh. Now then. No, I think it's Brazil and Portugal, isn't it? Don't Portugal and Brazil have a strong connection, and Spain and Argentina? It's one or the other. See, either Spain and Brazil have a close connection, and Portugal and Argentina, or it's Portugal and Brazil and Spain and Argentina. I always get it wrong, but it's close enough, isn't it? It's close enough. Anyway, half time. Let's stop the clock. Great goal by Alexi McAllister to make it 1-0. I credit to Switzerland. They've given it a go and they've played quite open, but that last 10 minutes were very, very stop-start, if we're being honest. Cray says, matches like this almost make me wish Onana is back at United. At least Mark will make it interesting. England will get robbed by Infantino and the RG, says Cray. Hoy4 Pro Forever says, I don't believe there is a deliberate conspiracy for Argentina, but I genuinely do believe that there is an unconscious bias towards them. Ed says, I hate Argentina, apart from Martinez. Can you shout out Devin McKenzie for his birthday, please? He's a big fan. Happy birthday, Devin McKenzie, and thank you very much for being a big fan. Oil Cruiser says, Michael Oliver is better than this ref. Mahir says, Argentina bias yet again. Do you think United will sign Kone, says Edmund? I mean, I know we've held talks with him, but we might have held talks with João Gomez as well, so we'll only sign one of them. Swiss manager is just there for the all-expensive Swiss designer apparel and accessories. If you know, you know. I fancy a France v England final, says Albert. Thank you very much. Okay, half-time. What are we going to talk about at half-time? Right, you may as well do some start bench sales. I'm joking. Get your questions in, though. I'm starting to get really hot. I don't know why. It's not even. It's not meant to be that hot tonight, but I am starting to get very hot. Shout out to Sweets, says Jose. Stop crying, Mark. You're just cherry picking fouls, says TJN. How's about I do my job, you do your job, and fuck off. Fans are so delusional and hypocrites, says Sven. If England and Argentina are VAR kings, then the semi, if they get there, is going to be 0-0 or rugby score. Won't be boring. Just watch the Ray. As if England get what Argentina get. I mean, what England got today wasn't even bloody controversial. The ball didn't hit the cable. The technology said so. And Haaland shoved the player over with two hands. I mean, it's hardly the same as getting bloody free kicks and goals ruled out and everything, is it? We had a penalty and it got bloody turned over. So I don't think England are on the level of Argentina. I think if you think we're going to get decisions on Wednesday night against Argentina, I think you're going to be sadly disappointed. You'll see who gets favoured there. United Wing says it did hit the cable, you clown. Mate, there's only one clown, and it's you. Look at what FIFA said. It didn't hit the cable. There was no register. How can I be a clown for following what's been said? I'm bored of this conversation. Oh, it did hit the cable. It did hit the cable. The technology said it didn't hit the cable. What do you want the referee to do? Overrule the technology? He can't. Goal. 1-1. Oh, wasn't 1-1. That goal made it 1-1. And then we scored another one, didn't we? It was 2-1. 2-1. I forgot. Not 1-1. It was 2-1. Ed says, I hate Argentina apart from Martin. I've done that one. Thank you very much. Argentina now have made 65 fouls with 3 yellow cards. Only Norway have a higher ratio of yellows to fouls, says K. Miller. And Seven says, I think it's fixed for Argentina-France final. I don't think that... Ichirio says Argentina aren't there to play football. It's mafia. I don't think France-Spain, who you got, Mark, says Peter. I mean, I think it will be France, but it'd be good if Spain won. Who are these two pundits on ITV? I don't recognise either of them. I know that's Laura Woods, and what a great background that is. New York at night. Look at that. We've almost got used to the beauty of that. But I don't know who the players are. I don't know who they are. I'm waiting for someone in the chat. I don't know why it would be fixed for a France-Argentina final as well, because it's a repeat. Why would you want to do that again? Bradley Wright Phillips is one of them, says Greg. I don't know who either of them are. One's Bradley Wright Phillips, apparently. Definitely. Joby McAnuff. Yeah, it is JB McAnuff. Why is he on ITV talking about the World Cup? I mean, fair play to him. He did play professional football, but he played for Watford, Reading, Leyton Orient, Stevenage, Leyton Orient. I don't know. It's the graveyard shift, I suppose. England's winning the World Cup, mark my words, says EI. I mean, I seem to remember that's my words, but yeah. I've really enjoyed this World Cup, but I feel like the memory of it will be tarnished by all the ongoings. Do you think the media is stirring the pot between Jude and Tuchel? Yeah. I think the British media are a bunch of twats, basically, if they're stirring that. So Jude Bellingham's been our player of the tournament, and he's almost the captain on the pitch. Thomas Tuchel is a great coach who makes changes in the game and speaks honestly about the fact that we were a bit lucky and we didn't play as well as we should have done, because he's thinking about the semi-final and he wants to get to the final and he knows they've got to play better than that. So you've got a manager speaking the truth, trying to get the best out of the team, and then you've got player of the tournament. And then what do the media do? They try and make them fall out. And welcome to England. This is it. You know, if you walk around some places in the world with a Rolex watch, people applaud you for, earning it if you have earned it. In the UK, they'll try and break your arm off. It's just, you can't have anything good in this country because they'll tear it down. So, we've got player of the tournament for England, Jude Bellingham. We've got a manager who's took us to the semi-final who's saying we need to do better. Oh, let's make out that they're arguing with each other. It's just scum, absolute scum. Eru says Messi was crying because he knows what's up. It's sad. England is winning the World Cup, mark my words, says Hello. I've really enjoyed this World Cup, but I feel like the memory of it will be tarnished by all the goings on. Maybe, maybe not, says Ross. No, I think all World Cups has peaks and troughs. All World Cups have, bad games and good games. And the legacy of a World Cup really doesn't happen until after it's over anyway. So I think what will happen is we'll remember the good stuff and probably forget the bad stuff. I think it's been an incredible World Cup. And I've really enjoyed it. I think for the good of the World Cup, England need to win it if Argentina get through, because we've seen Spain win the World Cup, we've seen Argentina win the World Cup, and we've seen France win the World Cup all quite recently. So it'd be nice for this World Cup to have a legacy of somebody winning it new. But the way England played today, I'm not, it's going to be tough. What's the best movie and series you've ever watched, says Kyle? Well, Heat's my favourite movie with De Niro and Pacino. My favourite TV series I've ever watched. I think Breaking Bad's probably the best one from start to finish. I mean, I really did enjoy Game of Thrones, but it didn't finish well. Craig says the snickometer didn't show a spike and Argies will be favoured by the refs against England. Today, England win fair and square. Thank you, sir, for speaking the truth. Start bench sell, says Dan. The Cable, Haaland foul or disallowed pen. Ray Cowley, well, I would start the disallowed penalty because it was... a legitimate use of VAR. I'd bench the Haaland foul and I'd get rid of the Cable because the Cable's a load of bollocks. My point, people saying it was rigged for us, says Ray Cowley. Argentina have done that one as well. Argentina don't look as strong as 2022. They don't. I don't think, as I said to you a few minutes ago, I don't think Argentina look very, very good. But... they're a fantastically hard-working team. And, Argentina can win this World Cup whether they're good or not. Whether they're as good as 2022 or not, they can win it. because they work really hard together. Have you watched House of the Dragon? I liked the first series. I thought the second series was a bit of a setup series, the whole lot. And season 3's been a lot better. I liked that Duncan egg more than I thought I would, actually. I liked that. I agree, the media in the UK are so diabolical that they constantly try to stir things up. It's like the intentional sabotage. Support our team instead of trying to cause division. I said it on the watch-along today. I sense that, like, there are some ex-England players in the media who just are quite miserable about us. It's almost like they don't want us to win. Is Maud still in the US? Hope he's doing a good, says Carla. I think so, yeah. I've not heard from him at all, actually. Only Prem team Messi follows on Insta is Chelsea, says Max. Ray Cowley says, of course one manager goes for it and hell breaks loose, yet another manager would park the bus and everything is fine and expected, says Ray. My missus loves you, Mark, says Paul. Can you say hello to Avril? Shout out to Avril, lovely name. I think it's an Irish name. Shout out. Still nearly 10,000 people watching. Thank you so much. And also, it's getting dark in Kansas, by the way. Also, remember today, we not only did England hit the semi-finals, we hit 1.5 million subscribers on the channel today. So thank you for everybody who's tuned in and joined the channel. If you're new, you're very welcome. 1.5 million, that's no joke. So well done, everybody. Thank you for being part of this great community. It's Joby McAnuff and Bradley Wright Phillips. Oh, God. Last ever early morning stream as well. I don't know how many we did. That looks great, doesn't it? Just getting dark. Can Switzerland get back into it? Let's see. Players are all having a good old laugh and a chat between the two of them. Swiss and Argentinian players just all walking out together here. No shots from Alvarez so far. On my bet builder. We are sponsored by Ball Sports. That's why I'm mentioning that. We're sponsored by Ball Sports again on the stream. I'll give you the two answers to the quiz questions as well. But my bet builder, where you have a load of things in one bet that need to come in. Argentina to win, Messi to score at any time, over 2.5 goals, and Alvarez to have over 1.5 shots. He's not had any shots at the moment. Over 8.5 corners. We've had corners 3. Look, a lot can happen in the second half. It could open up a little bit, couldn't it? Thank you very much to Ball Sports. Remember, you can get involved with that, doing your own bet builders. Links in the description, or scan that QR code. Over 18, UK and Ireland only. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are in the video description. I will give you those quiz answers, but we're up and running for the second half. So the two questions were, what was significant about Switzerland's win over Colombia on penalties? It was the first time they've ever beaten a team on penalties in a World Cup match. So Switzerland's win against Colombia on penalties is the first time they've ever won a World Cup match on penalties. And the other question was, the 2026 FIFA World Cup has seen the oldest average starting 11s on record. What is the average age of those starting lineups? So taking every 48 team, every country of the 48 teams together, the average age of each squad is 28 years and 117 days, which is the oldest average squad age since 1966. Which is funny, really, isn't it? Lots of experienced teams. Oh, God. Getting tired now. Not tired that I'll fall asleep, just tired. What a day. It's been so hot this week as well. Oh, here's a story for you. What's your thoughts about this, actually? I meant to ask you this lot. I just wanted to get your opinions on it. I'm not saying either way, right? So my daughter is 16. She plays at an academy for the under-21s. And she's been training all week. And at the academy, they have the girls' teams and the boys' team. So she was training this morning at the academy. And they finished training at like 1. And they're meant to get their dinner, right? So they go into the canteen, and the chefs say to the girls, "You can't eat." And they ask why, and they say, "Because this is for the boys first." And they were like, "Okay, when are they coming in? Not for another half an hour. So what are we supposed to do?" "Well, if you wait around for an hour, we can see what's left." Now, I'm not about... I don't agree that women should get paid the same as men in football, because obviously there's a lot bigger sponsors, there's bigger crowds, etc. But I think that's bang out of order. I do. That's not about, there's more money in football in men's football. That's fucking feeding your players, isn't it? I think that's out of order. I was quite disgusted about it. In fact, I actually wanted to mention it on this community just to get a rough feeling about it, because some people might say that's fair enough. Because I'm gonna speak to somebody about that on Monday. I think it's disgusting. They're training all morning, and then they go to get some dinner, and it's all laid out buffet style. It's like, no, you can't have any because it's for the boys who'll be here in half an hour, and if there's anything left, you can have it. I mean, fucking hell. What year is it? Is it 2026 or is it 1826? I was fucking fuming. Absolutely fuming. And they're very lucky I don't shout the name of the academy on this stream, because I think it's disgusting. And I think if that hit, well, you know what the world's like now. If that hit a certain news outlet, they'd go bloody mad about it. No, it's not that they weren't going to feed them. They were going to feed them, but they had to wait until the boys had had their food, and the boys weren't even there yet. Get Lineker on the case. Lineker would sort him out with some crisps if he's still sponsored by them. Oh, he's in. He squares it. Endoy. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, he's offside anyway. Great tackle by Lisandro Martinez. Martinez is having a very good game for Argentina. I've got to say, Lisandro Martinez, I mean, that was offside, but he has had a great game. Switzerland could get back into this game. I mean, look, if you're England and you're watching this, you're going, I don't think you're panicking about either team. As I said, they're a very good team, Argentina, collectively, but they're not a scary team, are they? They're not going to pound you 3 or 4-0. They never look like they're going to do that. Switzerland have been... I tell you what, Switzerland have played the game in the right way as well. Oh, lovely play by Alvarez. Shoot, Alvarez. Have a shot. That's got to count as a shot. Goes for a corner. Such says, should have a bitter aftertaste after that England win. Nah, it tastes like a World Cup semi-final. It tastes great, actually, mate. Got a beer on me, Mark, says Mr. Porn Pusher. Thank you, sir. Messi has never played against England before, says Matthew. Not even in a friendly. Another good corner by Argentina, goes out for a goal kick, though. Ray says, you mentioned this before, but I'm sure, but your thoughts. Messi no red, the American player rescinded, yet Kwanzaa 2-game ban. Yeah, I don't really understand it, really, mate. I mean, Kwanzaa's red card was a red card. There's no doubt about it. But the Balogun one, I don't think he should have been sent off, but then they didn't suspend it. They didn't rescind it. They suspended it. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what FIFA are doing with that. It seems like a special rule for one, but not for another. Trace says, have you heard of Kaiserslautern in the second Bundesliga, just out of sheer curiosity? Yes, I feel like Thomas Hassler played for them. I have heard of them, yeah. Kyle says, final for me, do something to commemorate 1.5 million. Good night. Good night, Kyle. Well, we technically are doing something to commemorate 1.5 million because I wanted us to get to 1.5 million before all the changes come. That's because it's a nice little... That was what we did. Now what's next? Ace Jack says you should make a complaint about what's happened. Well, I bloody will be, mate. I think it's disgusting. But it happens a lot in women's football. They treat... Look, absolutely, wages, I get it. I absolutely get it. There's a skill gap. There's a wages gap. I understand that. That's absolutely fine. But... You know, it happened with United as well. Like the first team having to get changed in bloody toilet cabins and stuff like that. Facilities-wise, if you're gonna have a women's team, then you know you can't make them eat later with what's left. Can you call Kanye, my mate, a PR at? He's a City fan, says Pablo. Well, he's definitely a prat. Has Jude surpassed Lampard and Gerrard's England legacy? Yeah, I think quite easily because it's about what you do in an England shirt, isn't it? Lovely play, Switzerland. Hit it first time. Oh. Hit it first time. Oh. Shoot. Oh. Loz the Gunner, thanks for that. 9 minutes. Says, American commentators have done nothing all half except glaze Messi and Argentina's attack. Well, they haven't had an attack. Cray says, watch out, Messi will use the other hand against England. Trace says, can you shout out Lake and Heath in Suffolk? Cheers. Tell you what, I'd be surprised if Switzerland don't get a goal in this game. Well, it's definitely not a foul. I just wonder if he's hurt himself. No, he's all right. The one thing this World Cup is missing is a streaker, says Ryan. We wouldn't bloody see it anyway. Not that I want to see a streaker, but we wouldn't. What's the story behind Sir Alex Ferguson's racehorse leading to his fallout with Man United, says Marco? I mean, it's not really the time in a World Cup quarter-final, really. But essentially, there was a racehorse that Sir Alex Ferguson partly owned with some shareholders of Man United. They fell out, and the shareholders sold their shares, and the Glazers bought them. Dr. Gabe says, you have mentioned it before, but I thought Kane was poor tonight. Love Tuchel's post-match comments. Yeah, I mean, I think Tuchel's post-match comments are fantastic because if it has pissed the players off, they might react on Wednesday night. Mora to United, worth it? Young Mexican prospect? We won't do that, Matthew, but I'd like it. Aaron says, thanks to you and the community. I'm the only one in my house who watches football, so it's great to have your stream in the company of fellow football fans. I love that. Yeah, that's exactly what it's all about. Community. EO says, what's your thoughts on female commentators in male games? I mean, I don't really know, mate, because I don't listen to the commentary, but you know, what I will say openly is there's probably female commentators that I'd find very irritating. Just the same as there's male commentators that I'd find irritating. And there's probably female commentators that are very good, just like male commentators. I mean, ultimately, it's not really... I wouldn't make a decision based on gender. But if you think a female commentator's shit and you don't want to listen to it, you should be able to say it. I just don't think it should be that you think they're shit because they're a woman, you know? Will you be doing streams for the Women's World Cup in 2027? Says Will. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Don't need Kane when you have Jude, says Craig. I don't know what it was. I don't know what was wrong with Kane today. Why is he giving a foul there? Just let them play. I mean, it's just a good battle going on. Why does he have to run in like a bloody... He's stopping a fire. Shout out Rock City in Nottingham. Love a punch-up as acceptable shot. I used to go to Rock City a little bit many years ago. Hey, you know, shout out for Dead R33D because we won't be able to see his comments anymore. Get out! You're gone, pal. You say quality gap, etc., but to be honest, women's football could put shame on some of the performances in this World Cup. Definitely up and coming and potentially better, says Ray. Yeah, I'd rather we didn't have that chat at 3 o'clock in the morning. Thanks, Ray. Has been 5 or 6 small fouls, all going Argentina's way, says United 777. I'll find it very frustrating on Wednesday. I will find it frustrating, but look, you've got to rise above it. Header, but Martinez saves it. I don't think Argentina will win this World Cup. They can win it, but I don't think they will. And when you think about it, They're only winning this game because of a very good set piece. As I said, they remind me a little bit of Arsenal. They're not particularly... They're quite pragmatic. And they do rely on, you know, strong teamwork. And they don't concede many goals. What nationality referee would you want for Argentina or England? I don't think it really matters, lazy duck. If there is conspiracy and rigging, then it won't matter what nationality they are. Argentina is just Atletico Madrid with Messi, says Pranav. Have we had any subs, Mark? Oh, God, I tell you what, my back is absolutely wrecked because... No, neither team has had a sub yet. Which is quite unusual after an hour. Hi Mark, says Nico. Who do you think are the 5 teams in the Northern and Southern Hemisphere? Thanks for entertainment and congratulations on 1.5 million. I haven't got a fucking clue on the Southern Hemisphere. Where does the hemisphere start? I suppose it's all going to be South American teams, is it? Is Japan Southern Hemisphere? African teams as well? Yeah, mate, I'd struggle with that, especially at 3:20 in the morning. That's quite a lot of thinking, that. Now, I tell you what, I thought these referees were meant to be getting the game flowing. That must have took a good minute to take that free kick. Slip him in. Endoy on the break. It's gone very wide. Does well. Little cross. They defend it well. I think Switzerland's lack of quality in the final third is probably their problem here. AP15 says, do you think England would beat Argentina? Not if they played like they did tonight. Will you be following the UFC? Nah, I'll tell you what I'll be following. My stairs to bed. Thank you, Mr. Nort. This game is what games in hell look like. Oh dear. To be honest, I don't think it's been horrific. I just think Argentina have parked the bus, really, and Switzerland have struggled with their high intensity to break them down. If it was Southgate's England, Argentina would be fun. It's a Stretford signal. I'd say it'll be a massive game, though, if it's England-Argentina. I mean, I can't believe we're in the semi-final. It's not really sunk in yet. I don't know whether it was like that for anybody else who's English, but you know, Mexico felt really special. Tonight, I just was like, I mean, I was very happy to win, but it just felt like a little bit weird tonight. Great header, good save, Martinez. Getting close to Switzerland. 9 minutes, he says, England will smash this crap Argentina side. I hope we can. England always expects, says Rohan. Do you think Embolo could be a good player at Man United? Not at 29, Tanush. You know what? Actually, I don't remember when it was. Xhaka with a long shot and Martinez spills it. I don't know when it was, but United did get heavily linked to Embolo one summer. Might have been 6 or 7 years ago. Why do you think nobody can beat Argentina? I don't think they've. To be honest, I don't think they've caught. I don't think they've played a team that you'd expect them to lose to yet. I mean, I'd expect them to beat Switzerland. They're winning 1-0. I'd expect them to beat Egypt. They only won 3-2. I'd expect them to beat Cape Verde. They only won 3-2. So Cape Verde, Egypt, Switzerland. You'd expect them to win all of those games, wouldn't you? And they're only doing it by 1 goal. And the group stage, Austria, Algeria, Jordan. You'd expect them to take 9 points from it. So I don't think they've been tested yet, to be honest. Dan says the biggest difference in England-Argentina is the goalkeeper. Yeah, I thought Pickford had a bad game tonight. I thought he played well against Mexico, but tonight, he looked shaky. Good play. Cut it back. Goal! Get in! Lovely goal. Endoy. What a goal. We could be heading towards extra time. You felt it was coming. Well, this is going to be interesting now. If you're Switzerland, don't fucking sit back. Or actually, extra time might be good for England. I said that to you about 10 minutes ago, though. I did say I think Switzerland could get a goal. They have been playing with good rhythm. She's still enjoying it. Love the streams. Just wondering. Sorry, let me have a look at this. Lovely 1-2. I tell you what, he could have cut that back as well. It's a good job he scored. But Endoy, this is the Endoy that I really liked in the Euros. And you know, when he went to Forest, I thought, I think they might have a good player on their hands. And he's just they don't pick him, do they? What can the ref do to help Argentina? Hi Mark, love the streams. Just wondering if you'd ever give a room tour of your streaming setup. Would be nice to see how you watch the game, says Pooh. I probably would do, but it's a shithole at the moment. It's such a mess. I'd be embarrassed. It's been hot this week and I've got all sorts of crap under the desk and all the way around it. But I will do it one day, yeah. People have been asking for years, to be fair. Yellow card. Well, it's starting to get a bit tasty. I mean, look, I'd rather play Argentina and knock them out, but if Switzerland want to do it, fair enough. Fair play. England looked average 4 out of 6 games, says Eru, who's in the semi. 6808 says, which one is the game of the tournament? For me, England, Mexico. Well, for me, yeah, I would agree with you on that. But I think there has been other good games as well. But obviously, on a personal note, it was fantastic. What? What's happening here? VAR for what? Oh. Embolo dives. what Mbolo's doing there at all. There's a great comment though. Since when have they done this? Oh, he's sending him off. Oh my God. Well, that's not going to help anything, is it? The fucking hell have they just done there? What the fuck have you just gone and done there, FIFA? Fucking hell. The fuck are you doing? I can't believe they've done that. Does he not catch him on the front foot anyway? We're only seeing it from behind. Oh my God. People are saying he dives. I've never seen VAR go and do that before on mistaken identity. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. Never seen it. No, it's a second yellow. He's got it for diving. But you know what? I'm not even sure that the one angle we see is conclusive either. We've only seen one angle. Apparently it's a new rule. Oh, Argentina are very lucky there, aren't they? They're very lucky. VAR for a dive is mad. I mean, I don't know. It's a new rule, apparently. They only made it up about 2 minutes ago. Infantino just brought it in. Fucking hell. I mean, that is... Whether it's legit or not, it's very harsh, that. It's very, very harsh. Yeah, that's harsh. Talk about calming the conspiracy storm, says Tiger. Oh, yeah. I mean, Switzerland to me looked like they were going to win the game. Now they've got to park the bus. I mean, they've ruined the game. It's ruined the game. Argentina were back up against the wall. Oh, what a shame. From a footballing point of view, what a shame. Sack Infantino now, says Dan. Rave says, since when does VAR check for yellow cards? Well, I'm sure we'll see another angle of it. You know what? I just think it was such a weird dive as well. I mean, it's not like it's in the penalty box or anything like that. It's just a weird place to dive. Yeah. I think the thing is that if the referee hadn't booked the other player, it'd have just been a foul and you'd play on, wouldn't you? Yeah, it definitely looks like he dives from that angle. This World Cup just keeps throwing up strange things. I tell you, I'm not saying like they haven't followed the rules. I just think it's just mad. Mad. Technically right or right, it just doesn't feel right. Whether it's technically right or not, it just doesn't feel right. But I don't know why he did. I don't know why he did it anyway. Why dive for a free kick? He's distraught. He can't believe it. Strange. Very, very strange. I think he's unlucky because I think if the referee had just said foul, let's play on, VAR would not have done anything, would they? I think it's just because he booked Paredes that VAR have said, look, you booked the wrong player. He didn't touch him. That's what it's all about. He never would have given him, they never would have reviewed a normal foul. It's because he booked Paredes that they reviewed it because it was a mistaken identity. I think it's harsh though. I think it's harsh. I would have just said, well, I'm not sending him off for that. Stuart Walker says, even Clattenburg said he wouldn't have given it. Game's gone with VAR. They need to dial it back. It's taken over the sport and it's ruining the game. I think the sad thing, Stuart, is that, you know, people will hide behind technically it's right. Do you enjoy watching the last 20 minutes of this game with two negative teams? The rules might be correct, but from a footballing point of view, it's just killed the game, hasn't it? It's boring now. You know, Switzerland were attacking. They've now got to defend. Argentina have been shit. Will they attack or will they defend as well? It's become quite a boring game now. It's just falling over. It's outside the box, not a dive, says Rios. Just wanted to say I'm happy for England, says Ethan. Thank you. Ronnie says, mistaken identity was used against Paraguay too. Given yellow card to the wrong player, but Mark is right. If no given card, VAR does nothing. That's what I mean. Like if that had been if they'd given a foul, VAR would have gone, well, we're not getting involved. Even though Embolo dived, they'd have gone, we're not getting involved because it's not a yellow card. It's because he books Paredes that they review it, and then he gives him a yellow. So it's a bit of a strange one for me because, yes, Embolo dived, but VAR would have seen that and wouldn't have done anything. The only reason they did it is because he booked Paredes, and they went, well, you shouldn't book him, he didn't do anything. And then he's gone, oh, he dives, I'll give him a yellow card. Feels a bit bullshit to me. Vic, I completely agree. The game's gone, but why did he dive? I don't know. Blanco says, how else are we going to get diving out of the game? Yeah, I mean, it might start. It might. You're right, it might. Ivan says, so if Paredes doesn't get a yellow, it doesn't get checked and Embolo stays on. Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. Hamza says, thoughts on if Messi wins the second World Cup? Be pretty good to win 2 World Cups, wouldn't it? Keystone says, funny how VAR could not call Konsa's foul against Ghana. Yeah, that was a foul. That was a penalty. Marble says, it's crazy if Paredes wasn't booked, VAR wouldn't have done anything. Will says it's low IQ to even dive anyway when you're on a yellow. EG says, Ronaldo said Euros is harder to win than the World Cup. Is there any truth to that, considering pretty much only Euro teams left? Well, no, Argentina are here. Tanush says, was it a red or not according to you? Well, mate, it doesn't matter what I think. It's the rules, isn't it? I think technically, from what we're looking at, they've followed the rules. But I just doesn't feel right. But you know, it ruins the game ultimately. The reality is, when on a yellow, what's he doing? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't, Robert. I don't know. Eru says, hydration break to make our Argentina play bad. I mean, Argentina have been shit. Even against 10 men, they look shit. This could go to penalties. Jay says, the problem is I genuinely, wholeheartedly do not think they would check that if it was an Argentinian player. That's the problem, isn't it, Jace? It happened before with Almiron on Paraguay versus USA in the World Cup, says Ramon. Infantino loves Messi more than his own country. What's the nationality of Infantino? It was more like he just fell rather than dive, says Marble Whopper. Ultimately, the rule, says Ben Reed, is they can reverse a booking if it happened already in this World Cup. When you see the dive, which is so clear, it's just a second yellow. Corey Lineker says, I wonder how they screw the next England match. And I don't know how, Daniel says, I don't know how England are going to deal with this level of cheating. Tanker says they did it in the USA-Paraguay game. Happened in the first game, you're being ignorant. No, it didn't. Didn't happen in the Mexico game. You're wrong. They have it in the US-Paraguay game and another group stage game, says Tony. Of course, it's Argentina. They could assassinate a player and play on, yet touch them, you're off, says Ray. Dan says, sack Infantino now. Since when does VAR check for yellow cards, says Rave. Look, the reality is 11 against 11. I think they had a great chance. 10 against 11. They're playing without a striker. Ami says, you guys are fueling the Argentina hate. It is the rule. We must speak against simulation. It's nothing about Argentina. What do you mean the people are fueling the Argentina hate? Maybe people just don't like Argentina, mate. Don't tell people how to think. Not fueling anything, are they? They've obviously made their mind up that they don't like Argentina. Let it be. Paul McCartney FC, mate. Morik says, I feel like the game is rigged. What's your opinion? I think when you go looking for things, you can make things happen under the rules. I mean, we saw a lot of free kicks in the first half that weren't free kicks. And as somebody said at half time, Argentina have got the lowest yellow card rate to foul rate, haven't they, in the tournament? Infantino is Swiss, says Reb. Bright side, Mbolo will never dive again, says Black Bubba. Ivan says Infantino went to the England game to not look sus. Mitesh says Kone doesn't inspire me. He's injury prone. Nectario says it looked like Mbolo forgot he was on a football pitch and thought he was competing in the Olympic 3-metre springboard. All jokes aside, feel bad for the Swiss team as they were starting to take over. Yeah, it is unfortunate. Oh, I tell you what, I'm getting tired. I'm getting really tired. I'm bored as well. My throat's hurting. I'm bored. The game's shit. I hate watching Argentina play against 10 men because they don't attack. And we're going to have another half an hour of it, aren't we? I'm just so bored. My bet builder's not coming in for a start. That's not coming in now, is it? What did I have? Messi to Argentina to win. Well, it's going to go to extra time. Messi to score. Over 2.5 goals. Well, if Messi scores in the next 5 minutes. Alvarez over 1.5 shots. I think he has done that. Over 8.5 corners. We've only had 5. No, that's not going to happen either, is it? Ray Cowley says, could playing without a striker be beneficial? They attack and you possibly catch them on the break. It's defence versus attack now. Well, they are attacking here with Zakaria, but it's a terrible pass. The thing about Argentina is they fancy themselves on penalties, don't they? Yeah, what I was trying to say is about you can manipulate the situation. You can give fouls to one team and not give them to the other. You can check things with one team and not check it with the other. Like I was watching the Norway first goal, right? Watch the foul on Kane on the Norway first goal. I think he gets the ball. Gets a bit of the player and gets the ball, right? Goal given, no problem. If that was Argentina, I reckon they might have said, well, you caught the player as well, it's a foul. And that's what I mean. You can do things biasedly. I don't think it's corrupt. Biasedly if you want to. Arush says, what's your thoughts on Tuchel interview and Jude response? I ain't got a problem with it. Manager's doing his job. Player's doing his job. What difference does it make if they disagree? It's not like Jude's going to not try on Wednesday, is it? Storming a teacup by the British press, trying to destabilise their own team as per fucking usual. Have a glass of port, it'll do wonders. Reb, port makes me sick. Every time I've had port, I've thrown up. Oh, what a miss by McAllister. No, the ball had gone out. FIFA just trying to force a France-Argentina final just for their selfish marketing game, says King. What, because it's Messi against Mbappe? I mean, I don't know why you'd want the same final again. Rematch, I suppose. Yeah, I see what you mean now. I'm not saying you're right, King. Millie, but yeah, I understand what you're on about. Could playing without a striker be beneficial? They attack and you possibly catch them on the break. It's defence versus attack, says Ray. Mark, you're my Wonderwall. Will you sing if we win, says Armin. I'll sing a lot of things if England win the World Cup. This word rigged has been thrown around too much. If you don't like the call, that's fine, but not everything is rigged, says Ben. Argentina had the easiest run to a semi-final in World Cup history, says Tack. I can't see Argentina scoring. I mean, I would hope. I mean, I think for Switzerland, the best thing you would hope for is that you fast forward to extra time. I mean, Argentina were lucky they didn't play extra time against Egypt. Obviously, they played extra time against Cape Verde. So they have made hard work of the easiest run to the final. Only beat Cape Verde in extra time. Came back from 2-0 down to beat Argentina at the end. And a 1-1 with Switzerland, who were down to 10 men. Ethan says the good news is that England will smash Argentina if they go through. I hope so. 9 minutes? Fucking hell. And another 30. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I don't know whether I can do extra time. I've learnt nothing. I may as well have not done this game. I've learnt absolutely fucking nothing for Wednesday. It's been exactly the game I thought it was going to be. FIFA don't have finalism between Spain and Argentina, and they're setting it up for Spain-Argentina final plus a Messi versus Yamal final, says Cray. Messi. Still Messi. Oh, just wide. What advice would you give to a 29-year-old who feels like they are behind in life? PGW, I think a lot of people always feel that. Once a bad shot by Messi. I don't think it's got anything to do with your age, mate. I think a lot of people feel like that. You know, too much to do, running out of time. You just got to do what you can do, pal. Big up, big love from Ireland. Even though I hate England, I hope if they meet Argentina, they beat the shit out of them, says Connor. KJ says, Fall Guys after this, you look awake enough. Will says, if someone doesn't score in the next 2 minutes, I'm out. I mean, it's sort of how I feel, mate. I'd rather just wake up tomorrow morning and know who it is. It'd be a nice surprise. I'm absolutely bored to shit. Look, whether it's letter of the law or not, I don't think even Argentina would have expected it. It's just killed the game. And look, they're not obliged to make the game interesting for the consumer, but Argentina got lucky. Letter of the law or not, they got lucky. Nectaria says, Goldie, we don't want your mental health going to poop. Go to bed if you need to. You've kept us all going throughout this World Cup. Thanks, pal. I'm doing the United stand at 11 tomorrow, so it's not the end of the world. It's just, it's hard at 4 o'clock in the morning watching shit like this. How does that guy make the squad over Garnacho? What guy? I mean, how does it? Well, how do you even put? How do you even put like? Garnacho into this squad? Fucking hell, now I think even YouTube's giving up now. It's frozen. Crap cross. Oh, I fucking believe this. If ever I wanted a late goal, it was today. Get some sleep, mate. Mental health comes first. Ben says, how would you feel about an Mbappe versus Konza matchup? Why are you asking me that at 4 a.m? Why is your brain even thinking that at 4 a.m? Swiss accidentally hired a Turkish actor as manager, says Hamza. Seeded teams were Spain, France, England and Argentina, hence the route, says Oreos. How did the... Oh, I'm not reading that shit. How does that guy make the squad over Garnacho? Goldie, we don't want you've done that one. FIFA didn't find it. Okay, done that one as well, thanks. Yeah, you know what you can do, Faz? You can fuck right off. Man United best 11 versus World best 11. Do you know what time it is? I mean, fucking hell. Have you ever seen such a shit? I mean, if Argentina win this tournament, it's a fucking joke. I mean, they scraped it against Cape Verde. They scraped it against Egypt. And they've done fuck all apart from score a corner against Switzerland. And if Embolo hadn't dived, I think they'd be going out. I think Switzerland have been better than them. It's such a shame Switzerland can't fucking attack because they've only got 10 players. Be good for England if it goes to extra time though. That's one positive. Trouble is, what will probably happen is we'll go to extra time and then in the first minute of extra time Argentina will score. And then we'll have to sit there for fucking half an hour and wait for what could have happened in the last minute here. Roy says England have got no excuse to beat this Argentina side. What is the UFC on ads? He says Paddy the Baddie's about to fight and McGregor is next. Go watch that instead. What's it on? Great save by the keeper. Paramount Plus. I reckon I've got Paramount Plus. I'm going to have a look in a minute. Good defending by Switzerland. Might be one last chance for Argentina. 9 minutes added on, remember. He's given a foul on a Swiss player. He wants extra time, this ref. He's enjoying himself. Yeah, I've answered about cooking with Goldbridge. It will come back probably in the autumn. Thank you, Michael. Martinez with the shots. I mean, I think he's been man of the match for Argentina. Great save by the goalkeeper. Great acrobatics by Martinez. Extra time, everybody. Woo! I love this fucking game. Fucking hate it. Twats. Fucking extra time at 4 o'clock in the morning. Fuck off. Absolutely fucking fuming, mate. I want to go to bed. I mean, it's not that I need to go to bed. It's not like I'm falling asleep. I just want to go to bed. I don't want to watch another fucking hour of this shit. I just want the result. I just want to know who wins. I don't want to watch another half an hour of that shit. I really don't. But I want to know. I want to know who wins. Can we just do a penalty shootout now? It's fucking torture. This. Oh, I hope we beat Argentina. You know, if Argentina turn up on Wednesday and play brilliant and beat us 4-0, I'm going to lose my shit. Because they are so fucking average. They're so average. They're so average. It's 1 PM in Melbourne, says James. Lovely stuff. LP says, it's a shame you have to put up with this at 4 AM. Thanks for staying up with us throughout the World Cup. Made it much better. Love from the USA. Well, thanks for your support. James says, let's go Switzerland. Thank you very much. Let me see if I can find this. Well, my bet didn't come in with Ball Sports, but thank you very much to them for sponsoring the show. Remember, 18 plus, UK and Ireland only. Terms and conditions are in the video description and on the QR code as it goes round. I needed Argentina to win, Messi to score. Neither of those things happened. Over 2.5 goals. That didn't happen either. Alvarez did have over 1.5 shots, but I don't think we got over 8.5 corners either. Let me see if I can get it on. Let's get it on. Let's have a look. It's a pay-per-view. I'm not paying 20 quid for a pay-per-view. You can kiss my ass. You can kiss my ass, motherfucker. Somebody said it was on Paramount Plus. It's not. £19.99. You can kiss my ass. No, I can't get it without paying. That's what she said. Yeah, I'm not fucking paying. No way. Absolutely no chance. Someone donate $26. Faust says, you're my World Cup champion, Mark. And TK Moon says, I've been loving this channel since discovering it. After this, can you do Korean baseball watch along starting in about 2 hours because I'm Korean? Yeah, go on then. Ebenezer says, start, bench, sell, bowl, plate, cup. Delusional Unicorn says, that number 6 of Argentina looks good. We should get him for Man United. Unfortunately, he gets injured a lot. Just joking. I hate that he plays for Argentina, though, says Delusional Unicorn. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I sort of agree with you on everything you've said there. Argentina are very good out of possession, but they're worst on possession, so Stretford signal. What's the topic of discussion tomorrow in the United Stances, Ethan? Funnily enough, Ethan, I don't decide the morning show at 4 o'clock in the morning. You should have went to bed, mate. This game is rubbish. How's your sleep going, says Mainu? It was good. It's going to be shit again tomorrow now. Russo says, 11 PM in Canada, I'm out, mate. You know what? If we had like 4,000 people, I'd fuck off. But we've got 13,000. It's I just can't do it when we've got that many people watching. I feel like I'm letting people down. Oh, get on with the fucking game, ref. It's 4:05 in the morning. Just blow the fucking whistle. Who's this dickhead with his hand out at the bottom? Fuck off, twat. I'll tell you what, I'll lose it. Look at him with his fucking headphone on. Get fucked. Fucking Fireman Sam on the edge with his headphones. Right, you can start in a minute. Fuck off. Get on with the game, knobhead. They won't like me when I'm tired. Sassy Mark, yeah. I'm fucking exhausted and I can't. But look, this is the last one. This is the last early morning. Imagine if this was the first one. Well, we wouldn't have extra time, would we? But you know, if they score straight away now, I'm going to bed. Fucking hell, they nearly did as well. If Argentina score, I'm going to bed because it's over. I'm only hanging about for penalties, really. I'll do a deal with you. If Argentina score, I'm going to bed because it's over. If they don't, I'm staying. Because if they score, it's over. Switzerland won't be able to score. I'm only hanging around for penalties. And if Argentina score within the first couple of minutes of extra time, they can get fucked. Bit like England, actually. We did it, didn't we? Ah, yeah. Keep them doing that. Knobhead. I've seen better paint dry than this, says Jared. Have a kick out. I've got to go to a bloody summer party tomorrow. Oh, God. I'm going to... You know what I'll be doing? This will be me at this summer party, right? Because it's going to be sunny. I'm going to put these on. And people will be talking to me. And behind my eyes, I'll be sat down and I'll be like this. And they won't know I'm asleep. Literally going to do that. Ain't no illusion. Gotta click with what you got. I'm doing it right now, actually. Actually, I should have done this 20 minutes ago. I could have sat there like this, watching the game. Asleep. You wouldn't even know. Go, oh, he's being quiet again. Oh, they nearly bloody scored again. I've got a couple of pairs of sunglasses, actually. This is a different style. I should have. I really... Somebody said to me, on the early morning games, you should go to sleep. Just for the laugh. Just fall asleep. And I said, the problem is, I do talk in my sleep. And if I was asleep, live streaming, imagine I said something about Gary or, you know, something controversial. I'd be in all sorts of trouble. Cheers from Cincinnati, Mark. Who do you think wins France versus Spain? Didn't there used to be an NFL team called the Cincinnati somebody? I've not. Do they still exist? I never hear about them. I remember playing Madden, and I'm sure there was a team called Cincinnati. Bengals. Yeah, they're still around. Thanks. That's what it is. Joe Burrow, yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, they were in the final, weren't they? Argentina are going to score in a minute. I feel like I've woken up again now. It goes in waves. Why are you angry every day, says Jason. Calm down. Stop calling me coxes as well because you're angry. I'm doing a good job and you know it. Get Kone, you prick. I nearly called you the C word as well then. You're lucky. Pretty confident England can beat this Argentinian side, but France will be tough. Let's get to the final first, mate. I've never seen England in a World Cup final. There it is. Oh, side netting. Almada. That was a good shot. Thanks for doing this, Mark. Cough fan living in Hong Kong. I bet you're excited about next season, Paul. Need to do a bit of transfer business, though. Zacaria's coming off. Secret Agent Bridge, says JBS. M3G4 says, fair play to you for staying up. I'm off to bed, but going to keep the watch-along on in case someone scores. Shouldn't have told me that. I'll shout goal in a minute. If Argentina score, play Fall Guys. What? I haven't played Fall Guys in about a year, mate. I don't know what makes you think I'm going to start playing Fall Guys. Go on, Switzerland. Nah. It's the first time they've been in the Argentina half since... before in Bolo. I've seen better paint dry than the last 30 minutes, says Jared. Have a Kit Kat, says Robbo. Jerry says, you're brilliant. Sorry for the boring game. Looking forward to Man United winning games next season. Night. Lucky you. Rubbing it in, aren't you? Because you're going to bed. If I do a 20 quid super chat, will you buy the pay-per-view and watch it with us? No. Reb, don't do that. McGregor is not on till 5 anyway, says Dan. Would you rather be a cowboy or a medieval knight? Cowboy. Definitely. Elms. Ray says you did a recruitment drive recently on United Stand. Is it exclusive to United Stand, or is it That's Football an extension to that based on your recent overlap contract? Curious. I think we're always looking for talent anyway. I mean, look, predominantly you'd want a United fan on the United Stand and somebody who's more general football on the other. It's very rare you find someone who's good at both. Do you have high hopes for Gabriel coming through the academy, or do you think he's a bit overrated? Ben, until he touches the first team, I couldn't really massively give a shit what he does in youth football. I've always been consistent about that. I think he's a very exciting player, but you can't judge him until he starts playing in the first team. Do you believe in Bigfoot? What do we class as Bigfoot, Alexander? Is it someone with a over 12? I can't believe he booked Martinez there. Rigged, Switzerland, bit rigged. What are you dressing up for Halloween while we're here? I did one show on Halloween once on the United Stand where I did dress up as Dracula. Paddy from England submitted someone in 10 seconds. That's the trouble with UFC. Just pasty. I'm not massively into it, but you can get really excited about a fight for months and it can be over in like 5 seconds, can't it? It doesn't happen as much in boxing. Switzerland on the attack here. What's going on? He doesn't know what to do. Xhaka with the shot. Mark, real quick, did you see that reporter asked Tuchel about players' mentality after the game? I couldn't stand that question. Yeah, and he couldn't stand it either, could he? Oh, it was a bit stupid. As if a manager's going to say, no, they've got the wrong mentality. You're just not going to do that, are you? Oh, we've still got another 5 minutes to this first half. I'm not Wayne Rooney says, what did we decide we'd do about escaping this super intelligent snail that can kill us with a touch? I think it was an ongoing conversation. If anyone is entertaining it, McGregor, he fights tonight. This is just pasty. And yeah, what I'm not Wayne Rooney is talking about is that somebody said, would you take £10 million, but for the rest of your life you get chased by a super intelligent snail that if it touches you, you die? You could just take a hitman out on the snail. He means Bigfoot, aka Dan Burns, says JD. You know Argentina are going to score. And they should score against 10 men as well, let's get real. Remember Almada being your number 10 on TUFC? I do, Caden. I think he left, didn't he? Payon, says the ref. Oh, he's gone back for the free kick on Messi. Swiss coach is not happy about it. I think it probably is a foul, to be fair. Yeah. It's a good position for Messi. It has been a very boring game, Voddy. I mean, it's interesting that Argentina could have played the advantage but waited to take the free kick. I reckon reading somewhere the Swiss practiced 10-8 v11 situation prior to today's match, says my Nam. My name is LOL. Okay, sorry, I went like a bloody computer. Oh, it sounded like Stephen Hawkins then. Sorry, I read somewhere that I don't know why I suddenly went all slow. I'm doing it again now. It must be overtiredness. Which Argentina player would you punch? Says 9 minutes. I wouldn't punch any of them. I'm not like that. Crap free kick by Messi. Overrated. Sunday says, we've been told we're winning the league, Mark. Why are we all stressed? Isn't that what we've always wanted, to win the league up United? Next. Connor says, Paddy the Baddie is cringe. I want my 1999 back. Who would win on a penalty shootout? I would still think Argentina. They are good on penalties. They've got a good goalkeeper. And I think technically they're quite good at penalties, aren't they? Fucking hell, I did catch him there. That would have hurt. And again. Fucking hell, he had him twice. So nice. He had him twice. I mean, I'm surprised VAR didn't do that. Imagine the meltdown if the Swiss take it to penalties and win on penalties. Well, I mean, I think the fact that Argentina have had a good half an hour now against 10 men and can't break them down. I mean, look, let's not rule out the fact that Argentina could get to the final and win it, but extra time against Cape Verde, 2-0 down against Egypt to win 3-2. 1-0 up against Switzerland and fuck all else, and then they equalise, get a man sent off, and you have to go to extra time. They've not been very convincing, Argentina. Raven says the ref will give him another red card in a minute. Yeah, he'll just start removing Swiss players every 5 minutes, won't he? In the every 3 minutes in the second half of extra time, just to make sure. Lovely play by Martinez. Blocked shot, cross comes in, another corner. Argentina are so bad, makes the loss against England today even more sour. We would have beaten this side, says Ivor. Mate, I think Norway would have beat Argentina. You're right. I think they'd have had a very good chance of beating them anyway. I've always thought Romero's shit as well. I've just like never rated him as a centre-back. Half time of extra time. Go let it out. Go let it in. Go let it out. Pick up the bass. Life is precocious. I don't think I've ever seen a second yellow for a dive at half light oil on. Yeah, just if anybody's awake, Shahin, the second yellow card or the red card for Switzerland was as controversial as it is stupid. I think we all have realised that we're probably technically they're right, but effectively what happened is Embolo got a yellow card in the first half, and then he's been tackled by Paradis, or what appears to be a tackle. The referees decided to book Paradis, and then when VAR look at it, they go, well, he didn't tackle him, it was a dive. So they've mistaken identified it and given him a yellow, which means he gets a red, because it's two yellows. However, the stupidity of it is, if he hadn't booked Paradis, even though Embolo still dived, he wouldn't have got a second yellow card. So it just seems a little bit weird. Seahawks have just been sold for 9.6 billion. Well, Man United worth 15, says Corey. Don't know how you do that. Where was the VAR for Paraguay dive on Elise? Says Will. Max Summer says bare minimum for United season to be a success. Well, I don't know whether it's a success finishing 5th, but they've got to be in the Champions League. Elite Tom Wilson says, excuse my American non-football knowledge, but when you say a player is a number 6 or a number 10, what are you referring to? Is it a position? Yes. So a number 10 is the creative midfielder who plays behind the striker, and the number 6 is normally the defensive midfielder who plays in front of the defence. But they can be other things depending on the system. Romero's been subbed off, I think. Yeah. Otamendi. YBC says hopefully Martinez can take this form to next season. It'll be just typical Martinez though. He'll come back from the World Cup, get injured and be out for 6 months. Hopefully not. Hopefully Martinez has done that. VAR red yet still proves Argentina aren't that team. Without VAR they are cooked and out realistically, says Ray. Thank you, Ray. Still 13,000 people watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right in the corner. Get involved with That's Football. 15 minutes away from penalties, hopefully. The second penalty shootout for Belgium, if we get to penalties. This Martinez becomes Phil Jones for United, says Amy. Why do you think Argentina can't break them down? I mean, look, yeah, I mean, sorry, not Belgium, sorry, I don't know why I said Belgium, Switzerland. It is, you know what, it makes me laugh when people go, Belgium, the chat's full of Belgium, it's 4:26. I'm surprised they even said the wrong football team. I'm surprised they didn't say my cat. It's 4:26 a.m. Can't wait for epic penalties, as good as a game, says Eru. Martinez is our best 6, 100%. Let's go United, says BG Baker. Switzerland put a cross in. Oh, for a minute there. Imagine if they'd scored. Take what you need and be on your way. I tell you what, at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was quite sad that this is the last early hours match of the World Cup. I think this is the perfect game to be our last game of the World Cup. It's in the early hours. Go on, mate. They were looking to break Switzerland there, but they didn't quite do it. Eating up the clock, though. We've got a couple of counters here. Switzerland. I didn't do the timer. Shit, sorry. I mean, do people actually take notice of the timer in extra time? I suppose you probably do. What do we got? We're on 18. And there we go. Tactics. Is Arne Slot the manager for Argentina's oil cruiser? I think the problem with this Argentina side, and I've said it a few times, is they don't look like a team that's got that many goals in them. And I know they scored 3 against Egypt and they scored 3 against Cape Verde, but I mean, that's 6 goals in 2 games, to be fair. But you know what I mean? Like that Cape Verde and Egypt. Chubby says, you've also almost done 7 hours work. Speak to the union. Well, I did an 8 o'clock show on the United Stand as well. How many hours ago was that? 8.5. It's reality, the world's. I remember waking up at 4 a.m. to watch games last World Cup. Yeah, thanks for sticking with this one out. Good luck from Alabama, says Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Blue Ye says, I truly appreciate you doing these. Love from Canada. Is Jesse Marsh the best manager we can realistically hope for? I think so. It's a bit like Scotland, isn't it? Managers are attracted by what they can do with the players available. Daniel Smith, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. Tiger Valley says, I don't think I've ever seen Mark this tired before. Not unless you did the charity stream where I did 24 hours. Fucking hell. That was a killer, that. Why doesn't he use Nico Paz? I think Nico Paz is the Argentinian Mainu. Because at the start of the tournament, I was quite looking forward to seeing him, and we just haven't. I need to stand up. Am I tired? No, I feel absolutely great. No, I you know what it is? When I watched the England game on Monday, that went on till 5 o'clock. I was absolutely fine. Because I was stood up and I was entertained. This is like watching paint dry at a time when you should be asleep. Messi. Don't you fucking dare. Oh, good save, keeper. I don't want Argentina to score now. Switzerland don't deserve it. They deserve a shot at penalties. I still think Argentina will win on penalties, but well, they would just won it. They've just won it. Alvarez. Yeah, I ain't watching that. Night, everyone. We'll see him in the semi-finals. Fuck 'em. See you later. Take